guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We're back here at Tasca Buick GMC Palm Harbor, and guess what? I have that updated and refreshed big size SUV, and it's this vehicle right here next to me. This is it. This is a 2025 GMC Yukon. This particular one is the Elevation trim. But before we get into GMC's large and in charge SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. So big SUVs are not going anywhere. It seems that in this day and age, we love our large SUVs, and a lot of the brands are making some big changes to make theirs be the top seller. Now, we've already brought you the Yukon Denali XL, but like we do here on Rady's Rides, and at least try to do on a regular basis, is bring all the trims. So for 2025, gone is the SLT and the SLE trims. Now your starting point is this guy right here, and this is the Elevation. It's meant to really kind of hone in the goodness that GMC is trying to bring, and also make the buying experience less confusing. But what I want to find out is, if you're looking for a new GM, do you go GMC Yukon or do you go Chevrolet Tahoe? Let's go ahead, let's dive into our black Yukon Elevation and find out. Right off the bat, I'm loving the color on this GMC. It almost looks like something the FBI or the CIA would be driving around in. Now at the front of the business, all new restyled shape and design, not only with your headlights, but also your daytime running lamps and the body work around it. Plus, working our way down, you do have LED fog lamps, even on the Elevation trim. A little bit of chrome bling blingy trim. Now the interesting thing is that if you have seen my Yukon Denali XL, the 2025 example of that review, which remember, I'll leave at the end of this one if you didn't, or if you want to watch it again, they switched to more like a hand polished aluminum on the trim. Interesting how on the Elevation, you're now getting the chrome trim, which is usually was associated with the Denali, but this is GMC's way of bringing higher level materials to this entry level trim. Let me know what you think about it with the chrome and the black. I mean, obviously it works because the black just looks so mean. Now, as we come across the front grille, you'll notice the chrome perimeter surround, the GMC, General Motors Truck Company badge, more of that chrome, and on this particular Elevation, we have a forward-facing camera. Working our way down, same story. We have the chrome perimeter with some gloss black, and you have non-functional vents here. The reason why is that this has the base engine and not the turbo diesel. I just wish all of the examples of the Yukon, no matter what engine you went with, had functional vents in the grille down here. So I still am gonna zonk it. One of the things that I've always liked about the GMC Yukon compared to the Chevy Tahoe, it looks less Transformer-esque. A couple years ago when they came out with the redesigned Tahoe, it was like, what the heck is going on there? A little too modern. I really love the nice, clean, classy. And it's crazy to think of using classy on a GMC vehicle, but it's got a classy look to it. And like I said, this is not the Denali trim. This is the entry Elevation. Now, as we take the elevator up, love the big broad hood, nice with the chrome trim across the top here, blending into that unique grille shape from GMC. As we come around the bend, we're getting new wheels and tires, and I'm digging these wheels. The flat black multi-spoke design with the machined aluminum 20-inch wheel. Tires are 275 on the width, 60 series sidewall, and it's funny because this is the smallest wheel size, but I feel like it fits it really well with that beefy sidewall, that 60 series sidewall. On 2024 Yukons, you could go all the way up to 24-inch wheels. But let me know what you think about the wheel with our particular color. I think it works perfectly. Everything painted that nice shadow black color, and then coming down the side, you got a nice tasteful GMC badge with a little bit of chrome. We have our color matched on our mirror caps, 360-degree cameras, and then you'll notice the chrome Yukon badge. And from the side of the vehicle, this is the largest SUV, but it's not the XL. If you watch my Yukon Denali trim, that one has, it's basically the Suburban. So Chevy doesn't make a Tahoe XL, they make a Tahoe and a Suburban. Here at GMC, they do a Yukon regular or a Yukon XL. This is the regular. Chrome trim, bright shiny metalwork around the window frame openings, and then you have those bright silver roof rails. Like the way they did the two-tone with the chrome and the body color on the door handles. A little bit of chrome trim on the bottom of the doors, and then you have those stationary running boards, good size to get the FBI team in and out, especially if it's like a big drug bust or something like that. Working our way towards the rear. I like the way they did not do the trim around the window. One of the things I don't like though, is I wish that they would actually make this trim just a little bit wider. There's a little too much black on one side. It'd be kind of nice if it fit flush against the door here. Because see, when you open up the door, this part stays. And then you do have some black. Would have been nice to kind of just be right up to the edge. But I know I'm being nitpicky, but I like to just bring some ideas. When we get to the back, you got a pretty good idea that they did it right. So one of the things that I love is that you do have the rear glass that pops up, easy to get to certain things back here. Maybe you got some artillery that you need to get to since you're in the FBI. Get that stuff out without waiting for the hatch to raise up. And then I like the way you got the long roof spoiler with your rear wiper hidden. They now bring some trim across the top with our all new taillights. Love that LED lighting. Here's where it gets a little funny. The Elevation badge is chrome outlined and it's black, but if you look at the Yukon badge, it's all chrome. They should have done one or the other. They should have done one or the other. That's just my take on that. And then as we drop our way down, Elevation trim does not get any exposed exhaust. You have the chrome trim, and then this portion comes off, and then you could do your towing. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what's gonna help you pull your boat or camper with this Elevation. All right guys, we got that massive hood popped. Of course you have hood struts. Underneath the hood on the Elevation trim is your entry level power plant. What is it? It's a 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8, 355 horsepower, 383 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds. Top speed is governed to 112 miles per hour. And believe it or not, this engine can actually tow 8,400 pounds. MPG's 15 in the city, 19 on the highway. And if you need more towing capability, you can go with that Duramax turbo diesel engine. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire this thing up and hear what it sounds like. All right guys, we're inside this 2025 GMC Yukon Elevation. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I want to get elevated. I'm sick of driving a vehicle that's very low. I need to be higher. I want to sit higher. How much is this? Because I'm also looking at a Tahoe. This particular one, the way that it's optioned, MSRP right at $74,000. Let's see what you get when you go GMC to the door panels. I love the materials. Nice contrast stitching up top, all soft touch material. You have almost like this carbon fiber S design, which really fits well with the Elevation trim. Working your way down, no gloss black around the switchgear, more of that great stitching. And you have a good sized pocket there where you could easily put 2 Arby's beef and cheddars. We got the Bose sound system. And then you got a door pocket down there where you can go to Checkers after you go to Arby's and get 2 big Bufords and a strawberry milkshake to wash it down. Now going from the door panel to the dash, love the material. I also like the way they were smart about designing. Look at how there's a little bit of a step here. The reason why they did that is so that the passenger has better visibility out the windshield. I'm really digging this trim because it hides any fingerprints or anything like that. On the side here, we have more stitching, and you got a place where you could put easily 6 boxes of Nerds. And then check out what we have. 16.8 inches of infotainment system screen. It is the portrait style, but I like the way it's integrated nicely into the dash area. You got your whole Google suite of all the different things. And then of course we even got great cameras. And look at the resolution, man. Unbelievable the quality that GM brings when it comes to their cameras. Very, very nicely done. Real volume knob. Your seat controls, the heated seats are in the screen, but everything else is the toggle switches, and you got nice dual climate control. Let me show you before I forget the mode. So I'm gonna hit my mode knob on the driver's side. Look at our modes, look at the graphics. Sport mode, off-road, and tow and haul. Really, really nice to have those graphics. It's like playing Forza 36 where you race SUVs. That's coming soon. Down below, you have an open area here for wireless charging. You got more of that nice trim. 2 cup holders. And then you'll see the nice soft leather material. Open this up. Plenty of room in here. You could put a travel size game of Battleship, maybe a deck of Uno, Old Maid, and Go Fish. So you could really have that ability to have your kids interact with one another rather than just be on their damn phones. Plus, even on this trim, we got our power slider. So mom could put her purse, dad could put his Merce, and you even have a little area for when the kids push you too far and you gotta have your CBD gummies in there when the kids are like really stressing you out. You could hide your CBD gummies in there. Pop a few gummies, chill you out. Because we all know those kids drive you nuts. Don't lie, they do. I'm the oldest of 6 kids, so I know what we could do when we're kids. Seats, the leather, the piping, nice stitching, full electric assist for the passenger, full electric assist for the driver. This particular one has no sunroof. I think they should all come with sunroofs, but that's just me. What do I know? Come over here to the business end though. I want to show you the new gauge cluster in this updated Yukon. All right guys, business time behind the wheel. I like the way that they give you a little GMC badge down there. Nothing too gaudy. You got your seat controls, easy to get to. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room in here, plenty. Steering wheel, good looking wheel. The GMC badge. I don't know if you ever noticed this, but this is actually the shape of the grille with the GMC name. Flat black on the switchgear. You do have a heated steering wheel, paddles to go up and down that 10-speed automatic. And then look at our dash. Look at it. It's 11 inches, great graphics. You could go through some information, bring the Google Maps over, your adaptive cruise, and even have a separate gauge readout. Kind of cool how they give you choices. I like that. No head-up display in this one. I'm okay with that. Just pay attention. How much information do you need replicated over and over and over again? But let's get to the mid-row and the third row and see if you should go Yukon. All right, guys, mid-row time, and whether you go GMC or Chevy, you're still gonna get a great mid-row, but the nice thing is when you go GMC, same great material, the piping, the stitching. This is a proper armrest. This is what I'm talking about for the captain's chairs. You do have pockets in the back. Easily put, I would say, geez, you could get 6 tacos from Taco Bell. I remember when I was a kid growing up in the early 90s, you could go to Taco Bell and eat like a king for about $2.47. Things have changed, and not for the better. Command center, 2 cup holders. You got your AC controls, heated seats, USB-Cs, and a freaking home power source. So they got you covered there. Whoa, I'm getting blown away back here. Woo, calm down. Seats feel good. Do they recline? You better believe it. They also slide. They slide pretty well. And then we're just gonna do this all in one shot. That's how good Steven and I are. 1, 2, 3. Look what you could see. 4, 5, 6. I'm sitting in the back seat here. That doesn't rhyme, but plenty of room. USB-Cs. I got a little place for some Yoplait yogurt, or Steven loves freaking Go-Gurt, so he could bring his Go-Gurt back here. And the seats have a nice material to them. Pretty comfortable. Let's get to the cargo area though, because I want to go for a drive in this Yukon. All right guys, cargo area time. Hit the button. Nice electric assist, even on the elevation trim. what you're greeted to is well over 20 cubic feet of space back here. You do have your 60-40 split on the rear seats, a little bit of storage area underneath. This is where you can keep some presents underneath here, some very thin presents for some gifts for people that you love. I got a gift for Steven because it's his birthday coming up. Anyways, on the passenger side, we do have a home power source, and you do have your switch gear to fold down the rear seats and the mid row. And it's real nice. You just hit the button, 60, 40, and then you can fold down the mid row. That's going to give you 133 cubic feet of space. Here's the USB-Cs I was talking about that are in that location back there. One on each side for the third row passengers. Lots of good space to do that ultimate Costco run, or Sam's Club, or BJ's. What a weird name, BJ's. But anyways, hit the button, drops on down. If you're ready, I'm ready. We may not have the largest engine, but it is a V8. Let's go see how the on-throttle experience is in this Yukon. All right, guys, we're inside this 2025 GMC Yukon Elevation. We just left Tasca Buick GMC, and right away, you're gonna love the arrangement of the new interior. Very easy to get to that nice, large and in charge 16.8-inch infotainment system. Great looking digital gauge cluster. And they really did a good job kind of restructuring the cushions of the seat. The material, it feels better, not only to the touch, but also to your body sitting in it. Great visibility out front. And, you know, it just goes to show you don't need to necessarily get the 6.2 liter V8. The 5.3 does have plenty of power for your regular daily commuting needs. 8,400 pounds of towing. And that 10-speed automatic, I mean, upshifts and downshifts are just so good in it. I prefer the non-XL version of the Yukon, but it is nice that they offer the two, of course. And I've always said that I prefer the Yukon over the Tahoe. Even though I really do like the Tahoe as well, it's just something about the extra nice materials. You got that new storage area with the felt lining. You could put your iPhone 47 in there. I just wish these things would just come standard with sunroofs. But driving down the road, very smooth, very comfortable. And I like the way that they just simplified their lineup. Elevation, AT4, Yukon, Denali Ultimate, and then the new AT4 Ultimate. But this Elevation does bring a lot of nice features, a lot of nice materials. And then you have the best amount of space. I mean, even when you're comparing this to an Expedition or a Wagoneer. But it just goes to show that they've done their homework, and the vehicle just drives really, really well. I prefer to have the electric shifter on the steering column because it really opens up this area, especially for your wireless charging and everything. And they really got the steering wheel right in this vehicle. It's a nice thickness, good feedback. Even when we go, you go over to your mode selector knob and you could go right to sport mode. That's gonna change how the steering sensitivity is, throttle sensitivity, and how the engine and the transmission behave with one another. Of course, you got all your safety features, and I absolutely love the camera quality in this Yukon. But really, really well done when it comes to the chassis, the suspensions. Let's see how going in this right-hand bend here. Look at this. We're gonna go on throttle. You ready? Up the hill. On throttle, here we go. Nice shifts, smooth shifts from that 10-speed. Get you up and going, no problem. And then just like I said, from a comfort level, and how smart to use this space here where you have storage, you have more room for whatever you need. It's all there for you. And don't worry, if you haven't driven a vehicle this large, it's very easy to drive. I mean, it's easy to know where you are in your lane. It's easy to drive in traffic situations. It's not as cumbersome as you think. And this particular one, like I said, it makes you feel like you're in the FBI or the CIA. People kind of get a little worried when they see you coming. That probably means that they're doing something wrong or illegal, or both. Nice and quiet in here. And then you go on throttle, you get that real V8 sound. No pumped in sound through the speakers. Nice to just have it in two-wheel drive, getting the power to the rear wheels. Remember, last generation they changed and put the independent rear suspension. So it really gives you a nice, comfortable ride. And then you have up to 8,400 pounds towing with this vehicle. But I'm hoping that this has been a good overall review of what the Yukon Elevation trim is bringing. We're gonna go ahead and get back to Tasca Buick GMC Palm Harbor and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another great day in so many ways here at Tasca Buick GMC Palm Harbor. Definitely want to thank Dean and the rest of the crew getting us this refresh and updated 2025 elevation trim of the Yukon. Let me know what you think about this FBI spec. Are you liking the changes that GMC has brought to the Yukon, or are you gonna go with the Tahoe? You don't give a damn. Let me know down in that comment section, but if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radius Rise family. Gotta give it up to Stephen Flood. Stephen Flood Photography. He's doing the business. He's making his rounds, and all the ladies love him. So thank you, Stephen, for carving out some time from your busy schedule with all the girls. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.